So this video we're going to work on doing some post moves, some introductory post move work. Really, it might seem like post moves are geared more toward bigs, but really we want the guards to be able to do this as well because you never know in a basketball game when you might be underneath the basket, you have an advantage situation. Really what it comes down to is footwork, craft, and just being shifty with your movements and creative and throwing the defense off guard. And really, frankly, most people don't know how to play post defense. So enjoy this video. We're going to get right into it. And now before we get into any of the footwork or the moves, I just want to go over the proper post hook form because it's important. You know, when you have somebody on you in the video here, you'll see that when I go up into my hook shot, my shoulders aren't parallel to the baseline. I'm not squared up to the hoop. And the reason why I'm not doing that is because, you know, if I got somebody that's much bigger than me, if I square up completely, I get right in their airspace. I want to give myself some space. So here, by shielding my shoulder off, the defender can't go over me, otherwise it's going to be a foul. And so I have a little bit of room to get my shot off. So the first move we're going to get into is a push-out step. I'm just going to be honest, I don't like drop steps. I don't think they really make the defense work that hard. And really, if the defender is just there, you're not creating any separation. So I like to teach a push-out step. So in the video here, you'll notice that when I'm backing down, I bring my back foot into my front foot, and then I get one more push-out step so I can cover some space. Watch where I gather the ball. So it's not a travel. You got to be careful with this because if you do pick up the ball too early and then do your push-out step, you might get called for a travel. So on that last step, that's when you want to pick up the ball and go into your shot. This is going to take some work, so keep practicing, film yourself, go slow at first, watch your feet, make sure you're doing it right. So that push-out step, we were working towards the middle of the paint. Now we need to be able to counter that if the defense takes away your middle. So here we're going to work on going baseline into a hook shot. So obviously you can feel your defender. One thing I like to identify is if I can see the defender's nose, that means I probably want to work back the opposite way. So here I'm backing down. Notice how I plant both my feet at the same time. This allows me to pivot either way. I see the defender taking that away. I spin and I go into my baseline hook. One thing here too is you notice that I'm creating a little bit of a space on that pivot. I'm not going right into the body of the defender in case they're much bigger. I just want to be able to create enough space to get that shot off cleanly. Now, in the earlier move, I did mention that I don't like drop steps a whole lot, but they do still have a place in basketball, and we're going to show that here. So really, the best time to use a drop step if you have your defender completely sealed one way, or if you just need to make a quick move. When you watch Jake do it here too, you know, one big emphasis that we're going to show in this video is we want to cover some ground. We don't want to stay in the same spot when posted up. We want to move a little bit. So even here, if it's just a drop step, he is still covering a lot of space and making the defender work a little bit as he gets into his shot. Now, similar to our baseline hook, we're going to work towards the middle here on a middle turn. This is going to consist of the same footwork as our baseline hook. As when we drop down, we're going to plant our feet both at the same time so we can pivot either way. Here in the video, you'll notice that I almost fake going baseline. The defender might be taking away my middle. Always my goal is to try and get middle. It's just the most efficient way I can make a pass. I can get more room on my shot. So here I fake that baseline turn, and then I move right back into the middle for my shot. See the feet plant and go. The last move of this video is going to be another really quick move. It's the baseline spin. So here, if you notice that your defender is overplaying you, preferably to the middle, once you make that catch, that's when you just have to spin towards baseline and go. So watch Jake here. You know, in this video, we're both being a little bit mechanical, and so we both probably could have done a better job of getting low and more explosive out of our moves. And here on that catch, he turns. Probably could dip his shoulder a little bit more, but notice how he's keeping the ball tight to his body. Depending on the amount of space that you have, you might be able to swing the ball out in front of you a little bit more, but we want to make sure to not expose it towards the middle. Um, Again, be careful with your off arm here. We like to teach about the off arm and, engaging, but make sure not to hook. You're going to get called for that 10 out of 10 times. Yeah, thanks for watching this video. Work on these. It takes some time. Film yourself. It's the best way to self-correct. Ask if you have any questions. Keep working.